Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing well today. Hope the weather is starting to become spring. It was a little chilly today here. Got nice
Guess
of it.
what I did?
What?
I replanted my windowsill plants into slightly bigger pots.
There you go. Spring is sprung. There you go. Doing it up. Hello, everyone. Let's say hi to some people. The Furies are here. Good evening, John and AJ. That's who the other person is. It's AJ from Brian, Jamie, and Baby James. Happy opening day of baseball. Yes, indeed. One game on tonight. Phillies are playing tomorrow. Fred and Lisa, hi. How are you guys doing? Lisa, I hope you're doing well. We are praying for you over here. Hope everything's going well. Doug F., hello from Massachusetts. Hello to you. Luis, hello to you. Hope you're having a great week. Matt Ryan here. Howdy to you, Matt. Hope you're having a great day. Mr. Sunny, hello from Brooklyn, New York. Hello, welcome. Laura Tamarello, hello to you. Hope you're having a wonderful week so far. Felicia's here. Hi, Felicia. Welcome. Lisa DeLuca is here. Hi, Lisa. Tony C is here. Hi to you. Greg Gooser's here. Deb Stein is here. Hey, Deb, how are you doing? Rick is here. Hey, Rick, how's it going? Getting ready to cruise. All that is fun. Hope everybody's doing really well. Remember, if you are new here, welcome to our live cruise chat here on Wednesday nights. I always forget, like, people come that have never been here before and we just start talking. So welcome. This is our Wednesday night live stream where we talk just about cruising. Sometimes we have a theme like we do tonight. Sometimes we don't. We just chit chat, answer questions, whatever you may have. We are here to help. We are just a fun cruise community here to chit chat with everyone. Bob Bostic, hello to you. Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. Sean, welcome to you. Long time no talk. Hope you're having a great day. Michael Accardi, hello to you. Brother Dennis, welcome to you from St. Francis University out in Loretto, Pennsylvania. Jimmy C., welcome from Staten Island. Hope you're doing well. Laura Tucker, hello. Roll Tide, play ball on Netflix tonight. Yeah, baseball on Netflix at 8:15. That's really weird that sports are now on Netflix. It's very strange.
I don't like it.
AJ's thrilled about it.
I don't want to pay for sports. I would
Well,
like to have a non-sports package that is less money rather than increasing my prices and I have to pay for sports.
you should ask Netflix. Ask them to go back to DVDs.
At this point,
It was simpler times. Yeah. Natalie Carasquillo. Hello, Natalie. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. So this evening, we're going to be chit-chatting about MSC. As some of you may know, some of you may not. We're doing a little MSC sale for the next couple of weeks. It's going to be a longer sale. So the last celebrity sale we did for a few days. It was our little St. Patty's Day sale. We're going to try to have different deals going on all throughout the year. Sometimes we fall behind a little bit and we forget, but we are going to try to keep something top of mind if you're looking to go on a cruise, just so we have some kind of fun, different deals going on. So that is what we're doing. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Sandy, hello. Welcome to you. Hope you and Bob and the family are doing well. Brother Dennis said, I like church on TCNJ. I did my grad studies there in Ewing, New Jersey. Great school for teachers. There you go. That is where Judy works. So, yeah, there you have it. Judy was nice enough to get me a t-shirt.
it's weird to see you in a non-cruise related shirt.
I know, it's weird, right? It's very rare these days that I don't wear something related to cruising every single day. Or Dungeon Crawler Carl. Yeah, it's very rare. Very odd. Eric Maxey, hello. Welcome to you. Hope you are doing well out there on the West Coast, on the warm coast. So we're going to talk a little bit about MSC tonight. We do have this deal going on. It is a several-week sale that is going to coincide with the rest of the NCAA tournament. We're going to go all the way to the end. The sale is very simple, although it sounds complicated. If you book any MSC cruise from now until the NCAA championship, you get a $25 onboard credit. Doesn't sound like a lot, but then you will get to spin the wheel. I think we're going to do the wheel here on Wednesdays so that you will be able to, everybody can witness and testify that you got what you said you were going to get. So we will spin the wheel. You will get one of the teams that are in the Sweet 16. And then based on that, you will get an additional onboard credit. If your team makes it to the Elite Eight, you get 25 more. The Final Four, 25 more. The championship, 25 more. And if you win the championship, another 25. So if you got all the way to the end, you would get $125 onboard credit. So there you go. That is what we're doing for our MSC sale. There are some really good rates still on MSC. Yacht Club has gone up significantly, as Jamie Fury can attest to, as we've been looking at some Yacht Club stuff. But we do have the deal going on, and there are some good sales. We do have some good group space. So if you are interested, let us know, and we're going to talk all about MSC tonight. Peter is here. Hello, Peter and Melinda. Hope you guys are doing well. Tom is here from Odyssey of the Seas, headed to Gibraltar. That is awesome. Tom, been watching your little your travels on Facebook. It's been fun. Tony Diaz is here. Hello, Tony. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Leslie's here. Hey, Leslie. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Leslie, fresh off a bunch of weeks on NCL Epic. John is here from Roll Tide. No sports. It's the only TV we watch live besides this amazing event. Thank you very much. Yeah, same. I only watch sports live. I don't watch anything else live anymore.
I don't watch anything live.
What?
I don't watch anything live.
No, I mean, I definitely don't watch anything live. I barely watch anything that's actually on television. I watch like Top Chef, which is recorded, but other than that, everything's on Netflix.
I don't even watch the things that are coming out 1 week at a time until they're all released.
Yeah, that's insanity. That's crazy talk. Kevin and Carrie Ann are here. Hello, guys. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great week. Mara's here. Hey, I finally get to view your live feed. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Mara, I'm still waiting to hear back on your future cruise credit from Norwegian. They're getting cranky with those, so I put in for it. We shall see. So before we start talking about MSC, one quick update, because Kevin and Carrie Ann just reminded me, seeing them here, and Mara is here, something we're talking about. But here is, Tom said, fun, maybe, eventful, yes. Yeah, Tom's had a wild cruise. So anyway, here's what's going on with Royal Caribbean. Found out some interesting information. They're not allowing us to reprice all the time now. So they've made a little bit of an administrative change where for certain sales, I don't know if it's for all of them yet. I'm waiting to hear back from Roxanne, our rep, but Kevin and Carrie Ann are booked on a cruise and the price dropped. So Kevin's like, hey, can you reprice this? I said, sure. I went to reprice it and the price didn't go down, it went up. So I called and they said, nope, it went up. So then Kevin's like, nope, I looked at it online. I tried to do a new booking and it's less. I went to do a new booking. It was less. So I called back and talked to the supervisor and they said, cool story. That is for new bookings only. So you cannot reprice into this flash deal rate. So I don't know if it's going to be all sales, but keep that in mind. If they're only allowing you to reprice if you have a refundable deposit. So you would be able to cancel and rebook at that rate and get your money back. But then you would still have to make a new deposit. So not a great experience for that.
I hate that.
But we shall see what happens there. John D said, hi all, happy Wednesday. Always happy to watch the live stream every week. John, loving the Silhouette videos. Thank you so much. Still have a bunch coming out on Silhouette for the next week or so. So we'll get all those wrapped up. Trying to space them out a little bit more. So we have like some corresponding other fun videos that come out. So you're not just inundated with my 20 specialty dining videos that nobody watches. Tom Murphy, good evening all. Finishing packing, headed to the airport at 3:30 in the morning. Headed to Galveston and Seascape. Tom, I hope you guys have an amazing time on Seascape. I love Seascape. It's one of my favorite ships. Seascape and Seashore, I love them both, and they're both awesome. Love them. Jay D'Angelo, hi, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you as well. Glad that you are here. Hope you're having a great week. Eric said I need to have at least 2 episodes uploaded. I agree. It's got to be, I have to have a bunch in the queue. Otherwise, I get really antsy, or I'll forget about it and then not watch it for 3 years. And then I have to catch back up again. Natalie said, does NCL still do reprice? They do up until final payment. So yeah, we can consistently reprice for NCL. The only thing is, remember, when you reprice, you're going to lose whatever promotion you have. So if you have like a double points or a triple points promotion and you reprice, you will lose your promotion. You'll get the better rate. So it has to be, you got to look at them and just evaluate them. But yeah, so the problem with after final payment with NCL is most cruise lines, it's not an issue because the price really doesn't drop after final payment. Like, especially for like the newer Royal Caribbean ships, not happening, right? Because they sell out. So it's not that big of a deal. For NCL, they don't have 100% occupancy. So after final payment, they've been dropping prices. And then everybody found out that you could put in for a future cruise credit afterwards. And for some reason, they never used to say yes. And in the last few months, they've been saying yes to future cruise credits, and that has spread like wildfire on the internet. So now everyone is doing it after, and Norwegian is getting hammered with future cruise credit requests because they're dropping the prices significantly after final payment. So now they are trying to figure out what they're going to do there. If they're going to stop that, which I have no idea what they're going to do there. So we'll find that out. But if your price does drop, we will contact them and put in for the future cruise credit. And it's a case by case. They're going to look at them, make a decision, and then give you the future cruise credit. But it's hit or miss. Sometimes they will say yes. Sometimes they will say no. I had them come back to me once and say, no, but if you're willing to give up your commission, we'll drop it the commission amount, which is one of the craziest things that I've ever heard. And I said, I don't care. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It's more important that the client gets the best deal, but it's crazy that they would actually say that out loud to a travel agent, which is funny. And I talked to my rep about that and they shouldn't have done that, but that's where it is right now. But we'll figure that out as we go down the path. Depending on everything going on with oil and everything else, the prices might not drop for a while. John said, that's horrible. I saved $1,400 when we booked our Star of the Seas. Yeah, I think it's going to depend on the sale that's going on. If it's like a flash sale, it looks like you're not going to be able to reprice. But I don't know. I'm waiting here. Celebrity, I repriced one for a client a week ago on Silhouette, or no, on Millennium. And it's like 7 months out, and they allowed the reprice, but they lost like a $375 per credit, but it was still worth it to do the right reprice. Lisa said, my Luna in May is $2,000 less than when we booked. That's insane. I already got a future cruise credit one and done when it was only $700 less. So yeah, the other thing is you can't go back to the well either on Norwegian. You can't go back and be like, oh, it dropped again. Then they're going to say no, 100% no on those. You can only do it once. Mars said, a couple we are going with booked through NCL and they got the future cruise credit. Good. I'm glad. I hope we get it. It's crazy that it's not like just like a policy. Like this is what we do and it is what it is. That's what it should be. It should be, if it's within a certain amount of days or times, you get it. If you don't, you don't, whatever it is. So it's crazy. Mars said, that's crazy. If the choice is getting cruise credits and losing, no, don't worry about it. I'm not worried about losing the commission. They won't do that. I think they were just being sarcastic. So don't worry about that. That's fine. We're going to try to get the cruise credits. It's totally fine. Felicia said, I had an MSC cruise and the price went down, but I couldn't get the lesser price. This was a refundable cruise, and before final payment, I was told it was on new bookings only. Yeah, it's weird. Something's going to change because the internet has gotten so crazy and there's so many forums and Facebook groups where as soon as somebody does something, everybody knows about it. Somebody spills the beans. So there's not a gray area anymore, unfortunately, which sometimes it's nice to have a gray area. Like sometimes it's nice for us to be able to go to our rep and be like, look, we have a one-time thing here. Can we get a future cruise credit? Can we get the price dropped? And we were able to do that. Now I think it's going to be black or white. Because as soon as somebody figures something out, they just blast it on the internet and then everybody tries to do it. And like, for instance, not that I care at all about NCL's profitability. Actually, I care a little bit because I have NCL stock, but I'm just kidding. I don't really care about their profitability. They make plenty of money. So, but if you think about it, right, over the course of 2 weeks, if 10,000 people had price drops and they were each $500 and they had to give back $500,000 in future cruise credits, that's a ton of money. So I think it has to become black or white, but also if you don't want people to do that, stop dropping the price and just accept that your ships aren't going to be as full and try to encourage people to spend more money on board, whatever you do, because if you're going to do it for somebody, you should do it for everybody. Again, that's enough of that. But we'll figure them out. Right now, they're a case by case basis, and look. We just bitch and moan. I'm really good at yelling at people. AJ will attest to me getting angry John on the phone.
I mean, well, it doesn't happen often.
It's rare. It's very rare.
Yeah. And always for a really good reason.
Yes. Happens sometimes. Gate 1 got me once. And that guy will never want to talk to me again, ever.
It's a good ability to be able to pull out, though.
Like, every once in a while. Yeah, you can't do it all the time. If you do it all the time, you just become the yell person. You don't want to be the yell person. You got to do it every once in a while. Got to let them know you're still there. So anyway, let's talk about MSC for a little bit. Let's get on to fun topics in cruising. So if anybody has MSC questions, or you want to know about a specific ship, or you want to know anything about MSC, please feel free to throw something in the chat below. We still have group space for our August sailing on MSC, which is August 8th, I believe. Let me double check that. If anybody wants to know pricing, how full a ship is, anything like that, let us know in the chat. For MSC, we'll look those things up right now. What the Yacht Club's going for, what something else is going for. I'm pretty sure we have group space on World America in August. So if anybody was looking to go on World America, we still have a really good deal on some space in August. Let me see what it is at the moment. Yeah, it's August 8th. And we still have, so that's with drinks and Wi-Fi. We have a good rate on that if anybody's looking for anything. But honestly, with MSC, the prices are starting to go up a little bit. I still think they're a better value at this point than anyone else. You can still get better deals. Although I am seeing some good deals on Royal, on some, if you take like a ship or two back, if you go from like, not Utopia, which is the newest of the Oasis class, and you drop back to Wonder or Symphony, you can get really good deals right now. Symphony prices are pretty good. Allure and Harmony prices are really good if you wanted to go out of a different port and try a different ship. Harmony is going to be amplified this year, and Allure was amplified at the end of last year, so they're pretty much brand newish type of ships. Obviously, we have our big group cruise going on in September for Oasis. We have great pricing on that. Still, if anybody wants to join us for our September cruise. But you could start to get some good deals even on Icon now, because now that we have Star and Legend out, Icon's starting to drop a little bit. It's not drastic or anything, but it's starting to. And Norwegian, I think for this year, for everything that we've been talking about with Norwegian, there's been some really great deals on Norwegian for this year. Right now, we're in a triple up on your Cruise Next credits. So if you do have Cruise Next credits, you could triple up. But keep in mind, it's only for balcony or above. I actually forgot that today. I was booking it for somebody who has 2 interior cabins. You cannot apply 3. You can only apply 1 to interior cabins. So it's only balcony and above if you want to apply the triple up. And it's also, for the next day, double points for some sailings. So you can get double points, triple Cruise Next. That's what's going on this week for them. Charlie is here. Welcome back from Oceania, Charlie. Charlie had a great cruise on Oceania. He sent me over his rundown of everything on Oceania. I think I'm actually going to do a video about Charlie's review, which is actually pretty fun. Other than that, there's not anything crazy going on in cruise news this week, although we did have the wild teenagers calling in a man overboard situation on Royal Caribbean.
Was it a real one?
No, it was a hoax, a very expensive hoax. So they were on their way back, passing Cuba, on the way home on Oasis, and teenagers called in a man overboard. The ship stopped and turned around, called the Coast Guard, did all the emergency things only to find out that it was just kids messing around, teenagers that were messing around. So that's a nightmare. Everybody on board called for the parents to be punished. Obviously, you can't punish teenagers. There's nothing really you can do. They called for the parents to be fined and banned for life. So it hasn't been a determination on what they're going to do to the parents, but for sure, something something should happen. I mean, it's hard to, like, look, if you have teenage kids, I get it.
Look, they need to be leashed just as much as toddlers do.
Yes. It's hard because you can't keep an eye on them. They're not children, but they're children. So you are still responsible for them. But I don't know. I don't know what you're going to do. You have to, they have to do something. They can't just let that go. It's like a $500,000 issue, because once the Coast Guard gets called, that's a big, big expense for the cruise lines, and they're going to pass that on to somebody. Don't think they're not.
I mean, just pass that on to the parents. Split it between you.
Oh my God. That is insane. Would be completely insane. John said, how's the Philly port progress going, or lack thereof? So I don't know if you guys have ever seen like where they're building a parking garage and it's just like a big lot of dirt. That's what the Philly cruise port looks like right now. It's just a big lot of dirt with some cranes there, probably with like some boots hanging from the cranes or like an American flag there, just hanging there, and nothing else. That's what's going on with the Philly port. However, look, bright side is it's not canceling any cruises. It's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a little bit of a nightmare because you're going to have to go somewhere and check in, and then they're going to have to shuttle you over to the ship. The pier's there, which is good, right? The pier's there. There's a pier. The pier's been there for hundreds of years. It's fine. So the ship can dock. I'm sure they can get one of those little jet bridges, right? You could buy one of those on eBay, I'm sure. Just wheel up one of those jet bridges. And then, look, you might have to start on the ground and walk up 10 stories or whatever it is to get onto the ship from the jet bridge. I don't know what they're going to do.
This is the most Philly thing ever.
It really is. It's so Philly. It's so Delco too. So they will be doing that for the foreseeable future. There's no end date in mind. There's nothing. It is what it is. It's Philly. So look, here's the great thing. There's plenty of great things to do in Philly. We have tons of culture here. You can go see the Liberty Bell. Can't touch it anymore. You can go see the Liberty Bell. You can see the Declaration of Independence. You can do a fun ghost tour. There's great hotels. There's tons of great restaurants. We have Michelin restaurants now that you can go to. You can go to Penn's Landing there and see some great things. You come down and see a Phillies game. Enjoy yourself. Just keep in mind that it's probably going to take you 5 hours to get on the ship, but it's fine. They're still going to go. Keep in mind it also takes 3 hours to get down the river into the ocean, but it's fine. It's all going to be fun. Lisa said, messing around telling your grandmother her granddaughter went overboard is not good. Yeah, it's crazy. It really is crazy. It's almost something like you should be arrested for. It's almost like an arrestable offense. Felicia said something needs to happen. The money and manpower that went into it. I agree completely. It's insane. Lisa said grandmas have pacemakers. Yeah, exactly. Johnson, Tony, you can take Icon from Galveston to Perfect Day, Mexico. There you go. It's all lining up. It's all lining up for Tony to get on Icon now. Rick K said, is MSC's reputation improving? When we went on Meraviglia in 2024, we read lots of bad stuff, but really enjoyed it and have been on 2 more MSC cruises since then. Yeah. So it's still, the reputation is still very hit or miss. It's all depends on what ships you go on. I thought we've been on Meraviglia twice. We had a good time both times around Meraviglia. Not my favorite ship. but we had a very nice time. Grandiosa, we had bumps, right? We still had a good time. It was still a fun cruise, but there were definitive bumps on that cruise. But it was great. Look, I've been on Seascape, I've been on Seashore, I was on World America, I've been on Defina, I've been on Magnifica. I've had a great time on all of those cruises, with the exception of Grandiosa, which wasn't technically it was an MSC issue, but it was just a lot of things that went wrong in the beginning that kind of snowballed it. But the reputation is getting better. I think the service is getting better. People are hit or miss with the food. I mean, people are hit or miss with the food on every cruise line, I think. But I think with the new world ships coming out, and we're going to have World Asia soon, we're going to have World Atlantic soon. We already have World Europa, World America. I think they are getting better. It just takes people a long time. It's just like Carnival, right? Everybody has this impression that if I go on Carnival, it's going to be this terrible experience. I'm going to hate it. People, everyone's trashy. They're going to be loud. They're going to be doing all those things. And some of that is true, especially if you go on specific sailings, 3 or 4 night sailings out of Miami. It might be a train wreck. But look, I've been on Jubilee. I had an amazing time. It was one of my favorite cruises of the year on Jubilee. And there were plenty of places to get away from the shenanigans. Judy and I went on Celebration. We had a very nice time. We saw things. There's some wild things, but we had a great time. The food was amazing. We were on Venezia. We saw things, but the food was great on Venezia. So I think with all the different cruise lines, you can find, as a seasoned cruiser, you could have a good time on any of them. It's just going to depend on what is the most important thing to you. If entertainment's the most important thing to you, you should go on Royal or NCL, or Princess, right? If being around adults and having like a more refined experiences for you, it's going to be Celebrity, right? Or something else. If you don't want any kids at all, you're going to go on Virgin, but it's all going to depend on what you can tolerate. I like everything. So I can find my happiness and I just avoid the shenanigans the best I can. But I love MSC. I still love it. I think they're great. They still have a long way to go, but they're the youngest of all the cruise lines too. Mara said you can go see Rocky. Yep, you can run up the Rocky steps. Look, if you have nothing to do and you have 4 hours to wait to get on the ship, you can go straight down the parkway to the art museum and you can run up the Rocky steps. You get your picture taken with our fictional character who embodies our city and then run down the steps again. It's great. You'll have a great time. Rick said, World America, we really liked. Yep, I loved World America. It's awesome. Tony Diaz said, throw the kids overboard. The Coast Guard's already there. I love that idea. So great. That's such a great idea. Toss those bad boys over. See how you can swim. Get back. And we were right by Cuba, too. Look, there's plenty of people in Cuba that would take those kids' place. So swap those kids out with some Cubans that would like to come here and hang out. I think that's great. Charlie said, will Ocean's wings be better when they sail from Philly? I've heard that their wings have been better lately, but I don't eat wings. I eat wings. I just don't eat wings on Norwegian. So there's too many other things that I like in the local or Oceans, but I hope they will be better. Some people like them, some people don't. Who knows? Alex said, good evening. Just joined. Happy Friday Eve. Online registration opens up tonight. It's almost time. Longer lines at TSA or embarkation. I think for you, it's going to be embarkation. It's not going to be great. Felicia, sorry, I did not see your question. AJ just sent it over to me. So
it didn't show up on Restream. I went and pulled it out of YouTube.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder why.
It is weird.
I'm on it.
That happened last week too.
Yeah, something didn't show up last week. How full is World Europa on June 12th? I'm on it. Let's look. June 12th on World Europa. All right, June 12th on World Europa. Let's see what we got. June 12th out of Barcelona. All right, so these are a little tough to judge, Felicia, because they do interport. So there could be people getting on and off. But it is not very full. There are plenty of interior cabins available, like 40. Not a lot of ocean view, but there never is. There's a lot of balcony cabins available. Again, about 40 or 50. And there's a few yacht club available. Yeah, it's not, I would say like maybe 80%, 75, 80% full. It's not terrible. It's pretty good. Pretty good, good. Lana said hello from Margaritaville at Sea Islander. That is awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Having the best time on this budget cruise, much better than the reviews. That's awesome. Islander looks really nice. And I think Beachcomber is going to be really nice. I think it was the initial Margaritaville at Sea getting on the initial ship, which was a little wonky, but I've heard great things about Islander. Tony C said, all I need is good pizza. Okay, you got plenty of options. Plenty of options. Look, Carnival's got good pizza. It's not great pizza. It's the same as the crackers and sauce and cheese that are at Sorrento's, but it's fine. It's not as good as MSC's pizza.
MSC and Princess have the best pizzas.
Yeah, Celebrity's pizza was whatever. It's just the same as Royals. So
NCL's was
it's whatever. Yeah, it's the same. It's like eating Elio's pizza. Peter said Eurybia and Meraviglia, both cruises great for us and Patty. Yeah, I've loved it. Brother Dennis said, I had a wonderful cruise on MSC in December. Great time. First time on MSC. My stateroom was beautiful. Great food, dinner, and I even had parents on the ship from Pittsburgh. No complaints. Yeah, I agree. I love it. Eric Maxey said, according to the Coast Guard, penalties can include 6 years in prison and up to 250 grand criminal fine and liable for reimbursing the Coast Guard. I love that. I'm here for it. Charge the families. For sure. Felicia, you're welcome. Alex said, are you going on the MSC World America soon? So, Alex, we are still scheduled to go on World America, hypothetically, in August. Whether or not that comes to fruition, I'm not sure. I'm still kind of working out my schedule for the MSC, but if anybody would like to go on that, August 8th on the World America, we have a really good rate on there, and Alex is on that cruise already. So,
is that the cruise I keep getting
booking
alerts for?
Yeah, I didn't cancel them yet. I didn't cancel them.
Okay.
But I don't know. We're working through our budget for the year. We're really, we're really cutting back this year on spending money on cruises. It's been an outrageous 3 or 4 years on cruises.
It was a fun ride.
It was a fun ride. So we got to cut back somewhere. So we're trying to save money, but we're working on it. We're figuring it out. I did get some free ones based on my play on Celebrity, which is good, which is what we were trying to do. So Greg Gersh said, if I can ask about an NCL ship, how is the 510 sailing of the Breakaway out of Boston? It's Jack. That's what we're here for. I actually love doing this. It's fun.
Now I'm going to have that song stuck in my head. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly.
There you go. What? How did that? Oh, from Breakaway. I was like, where did that come? Breakaway. May 10th on Breakaway. Norwegian's easy too, because I can actually see exactly how many cabins are available. MSC, I have to guesstimate based on categories. NCL, I do not. I can just look and see what's available. Let's look. All right, NCL on. Oh, it is not that crowded. I'll tell you that. There are 130 balcony cabins available. And that's in May. That's a little over a month out.
How cheap is that?
It's not bad. I mean, it's $6,000 to stay in the Haven if anybody's interested. There are 5 Haven rooms available. And then inside cabins, there's never a lot of ocean view. So inside cabins, there's only about 30. So, I mean, it's the same. It's about 80% full. Not terrible. Hey, do you guys know if MSC Meraviglia has fixed their toilet clog situation? I'm not aware. I do not know. I can find out. I shall ask. I shall ask. Tony Diaz said, cut back on pencils, not cruises. Unfortunately, we don't spend enough money on pencils that it would make a difference. I don't really have fancy pens. I do like this pen.
We get a lot of free pens.
Yeah, we get a lot of free pens, for sure. Lana said, crossing my fingers about the recent Philly port news, thankfully scheduled December 18th. Yeah, you should be fine in December. I mean, by that point, they should at least have some folding chairs and laptops outside. You should be good to go. Maybe a tent.
Surrounded by chicken bones.
Yeah, just some, just some wild. Maybe you get a free cheesesteak. They'll give you a free cheesesteak there. No, I think by December. It better be okay by December. Look, if it's not, we have real problems.
If you don't think that Gino's not going to have a food truck down there before the port opens.
They will definitely do that. Greg Goose said, I figured tough to sell a big ship in the shoulder seat. Yeah, it is. It's tough. Mara said, we're sailing May 10th, but on Prima. I shall check. Let's see how crowded Prima is. Let's do it. I'm here for it. I already have Norwegian up, so it's easy. Norwegian.
And the next one's Aqua after that.
I'm on it. All right, let's do it. Prima.
I have to decide what ship I'm putting up here for next up, John.
All right, we'll work on it.
This big empty space.
Just a big empty space in your heart.
Don't have.
All right, there are on Prima, it is only guaranteed interior rooms. So that's different. And then for balcony, there are 24 balconies available. Yeah, it's pretty crowded. That one's like 90 some percent. Not much there. Sandy said, John, did you have your points from Celebrity go to Royal Caribbean or stay with Celebrity? Great question. I'm glad you asked. I did points choice, which is the new thing now. If you go on a cruise, Royal, Celebrity, Silver Sea, you could put your points on whatever of your loyalty programs that you want. You should obviously always choose the one that you have the most points on so that you continue to rise there because you'll status match across. If you put them on the other one, you're just throwing deck chairs off the Titanic. So I did the points choice before I went on the cruise, way before I went on the cruise, for my points to go to Royal. And it is 2.5 weeks now, and it hasn't done it yet. I did see them. It showed up that I got points. I got the email that said, congratulations, you acquired 24 points, whatever it was. But they didn't go anywhere yet. So I put in a ticket for it a couple weeks ago, maybe like a week ago, just jumping the gun, So they emailed me back and said it can take up to a month. So I'm going to give it a month. We shall see what happens. But yeah, I did push them over to them. Rick said, how full is Aqua on May 9th? I'm here for it. Aqua. May 9th. Going to Bermuda. Triple overnights in Bermuda. Let's see. Balconies.
I love the triple overnight.
I do too. I love it. Pretty sold out. There are 18 balconies available, and this is also good too. If anybody is ever thinking about doing like an upgrade, like paying for the Royal Ups or anything like that, check with your travel agent, whoever it is, or you can ask here on the live. I don't care. To see if those rooms are even available. If they are, check and see what the price is before you do it, because sometimes it's just easier just to pay for the upgrade than it is to willy-nilly bet on it and figure out, most of the time you're not going to get it, especially now, especially on Royal, most of the ships are sailing pretty full. 23 interior, so it's about 90. Same thing, about 90%, 95% maybe full. Prince Centennial said, first time sailing on Meraviglia, can you please give me some pointers? Yeah, of course. One, there is a fresh mozzarella station in the buffet. So if you like cheese, go get yourself some fresh mozzarella. They're making it all day. It's amazing. If you like progressive trivia, if you want to do trivia every night, they do a progressive trivia where you win big prizes at the end. That takes place in the Masters at Sea Bar on deck 7. The pub there is very nice. If you want to do any of the other things like dance classes or anything like that, there's TV Studio Lounge there. It's really nice. On Maravilia, the pool deck is really big. So you have plenty of space there. Don't worry about not getting enough deck chairs or anything like that. The MSC, the one thing they do really well, that pool deck is massive. My other fun tips, what else do we got for Maravilia? The Cirque shows that are on there are really good. They're way better than the ones on Grandiosa. There is Rock Circus and what's the other one? House of Houdini. So House of Houdini is great. It's the best one. Rock Circus is good too. It's fun. They're like $12 pre-cruise, and you get 500 drinks, whatever you can drink, because they just lay them out on the counter. You can just take drinks. Those are really fun and really nice. They're the carousel shows. They're great. Specialty dining recommendations. Absolutely go to Ola Tacos. It's $25 all you could eat. It is really fun. It's right on the little promenade strip there. The dome shows are really fun. They do the dome shows a couple times a day on the promenade. The theme parties are really funny on the promenade, are really fun. They do the sunshine party out there. They'll do like a 70s or 80s party, a white party, you know, like all those. Their white party is really big. It's very popular. That's on the pool deck. I'm trying to think of other tips for Maravilia. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head. I'll think of more. I can always send you an email too of different fun things. But I would definitely do All Out Tacos. I saw your question about best specialty restaurants on Maravilia. Ocean Key's okay. Ocean Cay, it's okay. Butcher's Cut is okay. Teppanyaki is really good. You get a ton of food at Teppanyaki.
So much food.
You get so much food. You get sushi, you get your full teppanyaki, you get vegetables, rice, fruit, dessert, miso soup, edamame. You get everything. That's really good. The sushi is really good. Those would be my recommendations. Definitely number one, All Out Tacos. It's so fun. And it's so cheap. It's great. Alex said, how's the Jewel looking for our first Philly cruise? I have to tell you, there were a decent amount of cancellations after the news this week that the port wasn't going to be done, which I'm sure Norwegian isn't thrilled about because they didn't announce that the port wasn't going to be done. The news broke that story. It is pretty inexpensive too, which is interesting still. Let's see how crowded it is. I mean, it's still pretty sold out. There are 10 interior cabins available, and there are about 18 balcony cabins available. So it's definitely booked. So yeah, who knows? But it's just going to be an adventure. It'll be a fun story, Alex. It's going to be a great story. Lana said, how's it going for NCL out of Philly? I assume they would fill up fast with somebody hating New York travel or flying to Florida. So it's been a mixed bag for Norwegian out of Philly so far. I think, one, people were anticipating this issue with the port. I know we were. So it's still going well. They're definitely booking. I don't think it's booking as aggressively as they thought it would. Here's the thing. Tons of people book Royal Caribbean and Celebrity out of Bayonne. They sell out all the time. But there's a reason for that as well, because they get Oasis-class ships and really good ships up here. Coming in with Jewel and Pearl is a little bit tough. They're older ships. I still think they're nice. I still think it's worth doing it. And some people love the smaller ships. But I think that affects the ability to sell those out of Philadelphia. But it's doing well. They're here for a couple years. So I think they're committed to it, and I think it's going to do really well. Greg Gooser said, do you know why most NCL 7-day Bermuda sailings have one night stop up north somewhere for breakaway. It's Halifax this summer. Yeah, for Jewel and them, they're doing a day in Charleston. The reason is with the influx of the Philly cruise port, we now have New York, New Jersey, Philly, and Baltimore all going to Bermuda. So there's too many ships for them to do the 3 nights, the 3 days, 2 nights overnight. So a lot of them are doing an overnight and then leaving, so another ship can come in and do an overnight and then leaving. There are still 7-day cruises out of New York that are doing the 3 days in Bermuda, but the ones out of Philly are doing 1 overnight in Bermuda and then going to Charleston, Boston, and Boston as well. So Boston is doing 1 night in Halifax, so 1 day in Halifax. So there is that little influx of traffic to Bermuda, so they have to space them out a little bit.
But Halifax and Bermuda on the same trip?
It's great.
It's 2 of my top 5.
I know, it's great. My Celebrity Summit one, if I hadn't gotten 800 days of rain on my 10-day cruise, was awesome. Because it was 2 days in Bermuda, a day in Charleston, a day in Newport, a day in Bar Harbor, and a day somewhere else. But I got rained out on a bunch of those days. But yeah. Michelle Parks is here. Hi, Michelle. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. Prince Centennial said, I appreciate it. I'm doing the transatlantic. I have all our tacos booked and was considering Teppanyaki. I would definitely do it. Teppanyaki is great on Meraviglia. Godspeed on the transatlantic. I can't do it. I've been watching Tom's video, pictures and stuff and talking about the rough seas. I just can't do it. It's too much.
I'm going to have sock puppets.
Yeah, can't do it. Michelle said, we're going on World America in January. Would you recommend doing a second week on the Meraviglia on World America or doing a back-to-back on the Meraviglia? So are you talking about doing a week on World America and then switching to Meraviglia? Yes, that's what I would recommend. Here's my only rationale for it. Some people love doing back-to-backs. Leslie's here. She does 6 weeks in a row on Epic. I get bored very easily. So I appreciate change. I could do like 10 days on a cruise ship, especially a big one like World America. But 14 days, you're going to get the same shows. Look, unless you really want to space things out and enjoy sea days and just relax. But generally speaking, for me, I want to do a bunch of different things, see a bunch of different shows. I would wind up just seeing Dirty Dancing 3 times or whatever in 14 days. So my recommendation would be to do World America for a week and then jump on Meraviglia. I think it'd be really fun. You get the best of both worlds. You get Dirty Dancing, you get the Queen show. Then you can jump over here. You get all the fun like water park activities, the big promenade, and then you can jump on Meraviglia, check out the carousel shows, check out some of their entertainment. I think it's a nice mix-up of the two. The caveat to that is if you wanted to do Eastern, Western Caribbean, and you weren't on the one that you really wanted to do, then you could do that. But for me, especially in the Caribbean, I feel like if you've been to St. Thomas, you've been to St. Martin, I know it's not true. I get it. I don't want to offend the people of St. Thomas or St. Martin, but in the Caribbean, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you're going to the Mediterranean and Alaska. So to me, it would be more about the ship than the islands there. Prince said, my first ever cruise on NCL was on the Jewel back in 2010 out of New York. I think my first cruise was it might have been on Jewel 2 on Norwegian. I don't know. Let's check it out. Let me look.
Still using the same.
What?
You're still using the same latitude number?
Yeah. Absolutely. I was on, let's see. I've been on 20, I think I've been on 22 Norwegian cruises. Let's see what it is. Where's my history? I know you can look at your history. How do I do that? Latitude.
Somewhere weird. I have to I feel like I pull this up all the time because I always forget how many cruises I've been on and then go and log into all the different accounts and look them all up.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I've been on 21 NCL cruises My first one was on Gem in 2009, February 21st of 2009. And then I was on Gem again in 2011, Jewel, Breakaway, Sun, Bliss, Escape, Pearl, Getaway, Joy, Escape, Encore, Breakaway, Joy, Prima, Aqua, Breakaway, Escape, Joy, Encore. I've been on Breakaway 4 times. Jeez, that's crazy. Wow.
That is.
It's wild. I was on Breakaway. It's the first year. Eric said, Tony and Jenny B will be on the Philly cruise with a group from Where's Walter. That's really fun. That's one of the reasons we bailed on that cruise, because there are so many influencers on there and like cruise tubers, YouTubers, that it's silly for us to go on there. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Charlie said, don't do all you could eat. At what do you mean, Charlie? At Ola Tacos? What do you mean? Pay a la carte? You can pay a la carte too. Kathy and Tim said hi to all. Seas are not that rough. There you go. Kathy and Tim just did a transatlantic. So they said the seas are not that rough. Good. That's good to know. Charlie said Oceana had a Neil Diamond show. I loved it. Charlie, who was it? I saw a Neil Diamond guy on Celebrity. He was really good too. It was really good. Prince Centennial said I did my first transatlantic on NCL Epic last May. The ship wasn't great, but the ports were phenomenal. Now with Meraviglia, more modern and advanced, the seas weren't rough at all. That's really cool. Good to know. That's great. Mark said all of our cruises have been on Breakaway. May get lost on Prima. Nah, you'll be fine. That's great. Oh, Charlie said all that tacos. I couldn't even eat that much. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, you could do a la carte for sure if you just want to grab a couple things.
John.
That's what we did on our last one.
You want to know something funny?
Sure.
So I'm 6 points away from platinum.
Yep.
But my second highest number of points came from this last 4-day cruise.
That's amazing. Would you get 12?
16.
You got quadruple points?
Because I was in the inside cabin by myself.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Norwegian doesn't do that.
Are you sure? Because
yeah,
it says 16 right here. The only one I have more on was our 7-day escape in 2023, and that was 21.
That's amazing. That's awesome. What are you, 6 points away from platinum?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's great. Platinum's the best because then you'll get 2 extra specialty dining, which is great. I'm 100 and some points away from diamond. 7 sapphire. Once you get to platinum, it's double to get to each next level. So you have to get double the current points you have to get to sapphire, which I'm at now. Then you have to get double those points to get to diamond, then double those points to get to ambassador. It's insane. Charlie said it was the entertainment staff covering, not an impersonator. That's amazing. Tom said we finally had 2 days of sun in the 70s. That's great. Very, very great. Tony said doing my first transatlantic this October on Odyssey. That's a good ship for that, Tony. That's a very good ship for that because lots of indoor space. Bryn said, I saw your video about MSC Meraviglia internet shoes. Do you still feel the same way? Aren't they equipped with Starlink? They are, and it's really weird because on Seascape, Seashore, the internet was unbelievable. Like, really, really, really good. And I think the first time we were on Meraviglia, the internet was really good. But for some reason, the last time we were on Meraviglia, and even on Grandiosa, the internet wasn't great. But MSC generally has really good internet. The issue with MSC is that you're locked into a device. So that's the only thing. Like whatever device you decide to use for the internet, you can't switch like you can on the other cruise lines. But I don't know. We haven't been on Meraviglia in like over a year. So hopefully it's better now. But yes, they do have Starlink. They also use another technology as well. I forget what it is off the top of my head. Because they're in, logistics. So with shipping. Greg Goose said, I got 44 points for my 11-night Mediterranean cruise. Either it was a mistake or got very lucky. Just accept it. It's fine. Take those points and enjoy them. Eric said, 6 points from Platinum. My next NCL cruise is 22 days. That's amazing. You're going to get tons of points. You're bump right up there. I almost blocked Kathy by accident. Kathy said, Luna, really good internet. That's good. That's great to know. I'll be on Luna in a couple months. Tony said, I'm a million points away from Pineapple. You never know, Tony. You're only far enough away from Pineapple until somebody throws one of those on your door on a cruise. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Never leave your door unlocked or pushed open. It's wise words.
Also only 7 points away from Emerald.
On Royal?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting
Not that Emerald's much.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm 500 points away from Pinnacle. So there
You're
you go.
so far off of any other next major milestone.
I got nothing. I got nothing on any of the cruise lines. There's nowhere for me to go. I'm pretty close to Blue Diamond on MSC, and then everywhere else I'm gonna be 70 before I hit
Commodore on Princess.
Yeah, only on board though. Same.
Only on board.
Only on board. Same. All right, let's give away some stuff. This one went really long tonight. I don't know what happened. I thought it was going to be short, and now here we are. Let's give away.
We got energized.
Yeah, we got energized. I'm going to give away a T-shirt tonight. I apologize for not mailing things out quickly. I need to get better at that. I'm going to try to get things out this week. I know I'm like a month behind. I really apologize. They're just sitting on my desk and work. I have no excuse. They're just sitting on my desk.
Oh, I have to share my screen.
Yeah, you do. Kathy said, don't miss the Elton John show and the Hiko show. Sit up front. Wonderful presentations. I can't wait. Really excited about that, Kathy. Very, very excited about it. All right, let's give away a T-shirt. John D, congratulations. You have won yourself a T-shirt. Shoot me an email if you don't have it. It's right there on the screen. Shoot me an email with your address and I will send you a T-shirt. Tony said you're not diamond on board. What?
And the size.
And the size. Yes, please send me what size you want. Otherwise, you get a large. If you don't send me what size you want, you get a large because we have the most larges. So send me an email with what size you want. Yeah, no, Tony, I'm Diamond Plus on Royal. I'm just 500 points away from Pinnacle. So I'm not Diamond on Norwegian. It's crazy that they all have different vernacular. I'm Sapphire on Norwegian, and their next tier is Diamond, but that's so far away. But I'm Diamond Plus on Royal, yeah. All right, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody had a great time tonight. This was a fun little live stream. Again, we have the MSC sale going on for the next few weeks through the NCAA tournament. We're now at the Sweet 16. So come on, book a cruise. You'll get to spin the wheel next week, pick your team, see what kind of onboard credit you get. And after that, we're going to do a Royal sale, a loyal to Royal sale, see what's going on with that. So hope everybody has a great rest of your week. I will be live Sunday morning for the cruise news. We'll have more silhouette stuff coming out for the rest of the week. And then we'll be picking a next cruise for AJ at some point. So everyone have a great week, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Happy cruising. Bye.